The person who wins NBA MVP is always going to be a topic of conversation, always going to be a news story in the sports world, specifically surrounding basketball. But this year was a little bit more highly charged, highly politicized because of woke ESPN and Kendrick Perkins. Months ago, when Kendrick Perkins made the statement that NBA MVP voters are just racist because Nikola Jokic won the past 2 years, it set everybody on fire. ESPN had to apologize for how stupid he was, for the dumb claims he was making. But when Nikola Jokic did not win his third straight MVP, instead it went to Joel Embiid this year for the 76ers, a lot of people started bringing that back up. Nikola Jokic finishes second. Joel Embiid wins his first after Kendrick Perkins was so highly critical of anyone who voted for Nikola Jokic. Well, then it was revealed that there was one NBA MVP voter who didn't vote for Nikola Jokic at all, which is kind of hard to imagine considering he's the back-to-back MVP and he had an incredible season and everybody else had him very high on their list. Well, that person was revealed to be ESPN's Mark Jackson. Not only did Mark Jackson not vote for him at first or second, he left him off the ballot entirely, the only voter to not do so, and it was revealed to be him the other day. Charles Barkley criticized, before we knew it was Mark Jackson, people were bashing this MVP voter, saying their vote should be removed. Well, now we find out it's former player, former coach, and current NBA commentator for ESPN, Mark Jackson. He has since come out and done a full apology for this because this is embarrassing. It is absolutely embarrassing for a guy to leave with the season that Jokic has had, to leave him off. It is absolutely embarrassing. Instead, his top five, right? His top five, Embiid, Antetokounmpo, Jason Tatum, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Donovan Mitchell. All great players in their own right. A lot of those guys should not be on that ballot ahead of Jokic with the season he had. Mark Jackson has come out and done a full-throated apology after being completely and totally called out and embarrassed. A lot of people saying he should lose his MVP vote over this. Here's what he has to say.
One thing I live by, you make a mistake, you own it. I'm not a guy that does it for clicks or be trending. Absolute mistake made by me. You can tell I probably, in thinking, how did I make the mistake? You can tell I put one center, two forwards, and two guards. So I wasn't even thinking.
Well, did you think you had to put it that way? Did you think that you were making an all-star team? Is that what you thought you were doing while voting for NBA MVP? That's weird.
I apologize to the Denver Nuggets. I apologize to Nikola Jokic, who is not only in the MVP discussion and deserved to be on my ballot, but he's one of the greatest players in the history of this game. And he's a top 10 center of all time. So I own it. If you want to take away my vote or do whatever, more than welcome. I made a mistake. He deserves, in my opinion, to be clearly. I would have still voted for Joel Embiid, the MVP, but with Giannis and Joker second and third, they deserve that. Incredible year by him. He continues to make history. I own the mistake, and
So at least Mark Jackson's owning the mistake, saying it's just an honest mistake. That's not how he meant to vote. Whatever. At least you do have that. I will say this. It's just really funny, isn't it, that after Kendrick Perkins made all this stink about NBA MVP voters being racist, that you have a black NBA MVP voter who leaves off the white guy who was incredibly deserving of consideration this year. Weird how that works, isn't it? Almost like ESPN's talking heads like Kendrick Perkins are completely full of shit. Let me know what you think about this entire thing, about him apologizing, about everything in the comment section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.